Hi, everybody. This is just a brief message for you guys to kind of go through how your performance assessment is going to be graded for week 4, and also kind of to talk you through how you look at rubrics and how you use them to better your assignment or to do better on your assignment. So this is the rubric for week 4's performance assessment, which is a series of restate and answer questions. And so for each of the questions, I just kind of put it in here so you could see more clearly how you were going to be graded. But for each of the questions, I'm looking for the restate, the answer, and that it is a complete sentence. So each question is worth 3 points total, and that's how you read that. So for restate, you need to make sure that the answer is restated correctly. So if it's not restated correctly based on what you've learned about restating a question, then you won't get that point. The same with the answer. If you have answered the question, you will get a point, which is pretty easy normally to answer a question, but you will also not get your point if you use yes or no to answer it, because that's a huge no-no when you're working on restating and answering questions. So make sure you do not answer it with a yes or a no statement. And then the last one, very simple, is a complete sentence. We just went through and did our grammar unit, so we did that so that you could write well and that you could write incomplete sentences and you knew what went into a sentence. And so just make sure that it has a capital letter at the beginning, it has an end punctuation mark, it has a subject or something that the sentence is about, and a predicate, or another word for a predicate is a verb, so that the subject is doing something, and then also that it is a complete thought. If you do all 3 of these things, you will get 3 points. And if you have to do that for every single question that you have. And so there's 6 questions times 3 is 18. So this assignment is worth 18 points. Now, I do want to talk to you guys just very briefly to let you know that it is really important when you are given a rubric in any class, not necessarily mine, but any class, that you go over it. Because I basically, by giving you this rubric, told you how you can get 100% on this assignment. I'm telling you exactly what I'm looking for. And so for most performance assessments from here on out, you will get a rubric, because I don't want you to be surprised at the end. I want you to be able to go through this rubric and grade yourself and know exactly what you're going to get based on this. And so I actually suggest that to most of my students, is that when you have a rubric, before you submit it, before you turn it in, look at the rubric and grade yourself. Because if you're being honest about your work, then you should know what grade you get on it before I even get to it. And then if it's not a grade that you want, then go back through and figure out how you can make it so that you do get that desirable grade for yourself. But anyway, so that's the rubric for week 4 for that performance assessment. And that's also how you will be using rubrics in this class. So please let me know if you have any questions about this, or if there's some clarification that you need on how things are going to be graded. But I think it's pretty straightforward. So just let me know if you guys have any questions.